Dear students, today we have to make a study on the Delhi Sultanate with a special focus on nature of state, social, cultural and economical development and changes that happened in India between a period of 8th century to 13th century. We have to see that this was a period that is considered as a rupture in the social economical relationship of India is concerned. Actually, the centralization attack and ascendancy on Islam that was happened in India following the attack of Sindh by Muhammad bin Qasim in 712. And before that, we have to see that the pre-Islamic state with its family system, kinship, that was a tribal warring group and that was united by Prophet Muhammad under the banner of Islamic Brotherhood. The attack of Muhammad bin Qasim that is initially confined to the political system, but we can see that in the field of culture that is highly promising. For example, there is a cultural exchange between India, Central Asia, and other part of the world following this attack. Our decimal system, our principle on mathematics, scientific principles, knowledge on medicine, that all transmitted to the Arabian area, Central Asian area, and later that was familiarized by Europeans. All this was happened because of our interaction with the Central Asia. Actually, a kingdom that was formed following the attack of Muhammadin Qasim under the leadership of Alaptijin. Alaptijin formed Ghazni kingdom, the border state of India, especially its central area, that is the heart of Afghanistan. Alaptijin's attack on the border state of India was followed by series of attack by Sabuktijin, son of Alaptijin. And we are also very familiar with the attack of Muhammad Ghazni, who became an important ruler of the Ghazni kingdom, and he was in power for long 33 years, and from time to time, that especially between 1001 to 1030, he made a continuous attack on India. The main attempt of Muhammad Ghazni was not the political conquest or conquering of our country, but maximum extraction of the wealth, money, and material. That was his main aim. So, likewise, as in the case of the Muhammad bin attack, the field of politics, we can't identify any crucial changes following the attack of Muhammad Ghazni, but the disunity that prevailed in India. He realized, Muhammad Ghazni realized the political situation, disunity among the various regional states of our country, and that paved way for the series of attack by the Turkish the coming days. And following the death of Muhammad Ghazni, a new kingdom that was formed in 1173 under the leadership of Ghiyasuddin of Ghur, and the kingdom formed by the Ghiyasuddin of Ghur that was later formed known as the Gori kingdom. And Muhammad Gori first made an attack of Multan in 1175, and in 1179 he conquered Sialkot, and we are very familiar with the first battle of Tarain and first second battle of Tarain. First battle of Tarain that was happened between the Chauhans, especially under the leadership of Prithviraj Chauhan, who was a ruler of a territory that is extending between Delhi and Ajmer. Actually, the attack was happened following the claim of Muhammad Ghori and Chauhans over a military strategic point that is known as Batinda. And on the issue of on Batinda, the first battle of Tarain that was happened here 1191, we are very familiar that the result of the first battle of Tarain, the army of the Muhammad Ghori that was defeated by Prithviraj Chauhan. But the first battle of Tarain that offered much lesson to Muhammad Ghori, his military that was strong with Central forces, then again gunpowder system, and after that he exploited the situation or especially the disunified political situation of India. He made a relationship with Jayachandra, another Rajaput ruler, and following this, the second battle of Tarain that was happened there 1192, and in this battle, the army of Prithviraj Chauhan that was disastrously defeated, his court that was captured, and he was put to jail. So in this way, we can see that the two battle of Tarain that had far-reaching consequences as far as our relationship with the Central Asia is concerned, and it have far-reaching results also. You can see that the multi-state system, the problem of the multi-state system that was prevailed in India, that was revealed or exposed following the second battle of Tarain. Central Asian powers have a domination of this unified political system because of gunpowder, iron syrup, horseshoes, and the principle of jihad. In this way, they made a triumph on India. And following this second battle of Tarain, a centralized system that was formed in India, a new currency, new tax system, new legal system, all that was flourished. And it was the booming of the trade and commerce following the second battle of Tarain. A long drawn trade relationship between Arabia and India that was offered or that was developed following the second battle of Tarain. And we can see that after the death of Muhammad Ghori, a new kingdom that is known as Mamluk kingdom that was formed under the leadership of Qutbuddin Aibak, who became the commander of the army of Muhammad Ghori. And this Mamluk dynasty, or otherwise known as slave dynasty, that was extended between a period of 1206 or 1206 to 1290, and the prominent ruler of this Mamluk dynasty was Iltutmish. We know about the contribution of Iltutmish. He was not actually the founder of the Mamluk dynasty, but he consolidated the territory, and a new economic practice based on land that was already familiar in Central Asia was installed in India by Iltutmish, that is popularly known as Ikta system. Ikta system that created much changes in the land relationship of India. Ikta system that we means giving of salary to the civil and military officers of the state in land, the form of land in lieu of cash. So that has some sort of results, and he became a patron. Iltutmish, who became a patron of art, literature, science, and technology, and now the number of scientists, then again artists, then again architects who came to India, and a new cultural style in the construction of the palaces and tombs and other buildings that was developed. And another prominent ruler of the Mamluk dynasty who was Balban. And we notice that the contribution of Balban is that he amply withstands the pressure of the 40 or Turkani Chahalgani that became a group of noble heterogeneous nobility who influenced and who dominated the political decisions of the Delhi Sultans. The merit of Balban was that of he curtailed the power of the 40. So this is the first part of discussion that we have about the formation of Delhi Sultanate in India, and in the coming classes we have to make a reference on the nature of state of Delhi Sultanate. Thank you. Thank you.